Chosen one, your silence has been driving them up the wall, because they can feel the reckoning coming and there is no escape. While they unravel, you are positioned. What's unfolding is precise, irreversible and deserved. Behind the scenes, outcomes finalize, doors open for you, false structures collapse without mercy. Justice is active. Someone feels like they're stuck in a horror movie. No script, no idea what's coming next. But lately it's been plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. All the worst-case scenarios are just now beginning to unfold. You hear me? Just beginning. They know it's bad now, but this is just the start. Then hell begins. Imagine you're getting judged. You know you're going to hell, but you haven't even started burning in the flames yet. You already know what's about to happen, though. That's their mental state right now. That's their psychological reality. An invisible clock keeps ticking. They know it. They have gone too far. Somebody committed something wicked. And I'm not just saying that casually. In the heavenly realms, in the cosmic books, it has been recorded as wicked. They've never done this to anyone else before. It was just something about you. Just something about the chosen one. They just had to do it. They just had to fall into that temptation. They just had to try. And now, oh, now it has been recorded as wicked. They've never felt this level of fear and anxiety before in their entire life. They've never faced this potential level of trouble before. They would have never known they would end up in a situation like this. They thought your silence was good. They thought your quiet meant they were safe. But your silence is adding to the suspense. See, they know you're going to do something. They just don't know what. They don't know when. They don't know how. And that uncertainty is torture. That not knowing is killing them. What are you going to do? Now hold on. Before you get your baseball bat, before you start planning revenge, I need to tell you something important. Divine instruction is coming. Some of you are going to get some unusual guidance, strange moves, unconventional strategies. But if you're told to do it, then do it. You're covered. You're protected. Trust the process. But back to them. They're not only afraid, they're not only suspenseful, they're not only losing their mind, they're angry, furious, and you know what they're angry about. They feel like you did this to them, if it wasn't for you. But see how that works. They need to turn that mirror around and point it at themselves. It was them. They just had to try. They just had to do it. They just couldn't help themselves. And you know what? It's well-deserved. You want to know why it's well-deserved? Because if it was you in their position, they wouldn't care. They'd be enjoying it. They'd be entertained. If it was you on that horror movie screen, they'd be eating popcorn. But instead we get to watch them. Just breathe. Oh no, I can't, no. And this is what adds to the horror for them. The simple fact that you get to know. You get to see them climbing up those walls when they think nobody's watching. We got cameras in that metaphorical house. We see everything. And that knowledge, that awareness that you're watching, that you're knowing, that you're waiting, that's what's really driving them insane. Now let me pull back the curtain, because while they're climbing walls, while they're losing sleep, while they're going crazy with fear, something else is happening, something they don't know about, something you don't even fully know about yet. But it's real, it's moving, it's building. There are people talking, people are mixing and mingling, people are working on things. Let me give you an example. Let's say somebody is thinking forever about you, thinking commitment. There are other people in the background working on this, talking about this, coordinating details, setting up moments, making sure everything is in position to create the perfect surprise. Everybody's working together to orchestrate something behind the scenes. For you, it's going to be amazing. For them, it's going to be the death of everything, the absolute end, collection time, finality, forever. Now stay with me, because this orchestration is bigger than you think. Events are being coordinated behind your back, and you don't even know it. and it's costing money. Resources are being spent, deposits are being placed. This could be a surprise celebration. People are getting the entertainment, getting the documentation, getting the gifts. Someone wants to bless you extravagantly. But whatever it is, once you receive this elevation, once you accept this opportunity, once you step into this blessing, it's over for them. This could even be people discussing you in the background about how you're going to collaborate. They're creating contracts for you. They're putting together prices and negotiations. A promotion is happening somewhere. They want to increase your compensation, your value, all that kind of elevation. So it's contracts, teamwork, building, venues are being booked. If commitment and forever are in play, then spaces are being reserved now. Arrangements are being finalized. There's extensive orchestration happening. Resources are being allocated. Deposits are being secured. Contracts are being signed. Hands are being shaken. And they know all of this is happening, but they can't see it. They're not part of it. Like if someone wants to commit to you forever, their ex across town can't do anything about that. But they keep hearing about it, because this is third-party energy. Word is circulating. Contracts are being executed. They could even call somewhere asking questions. Can that venue be booked for such and such? Oh no, sorry. We already have a commitment for that time. That's all they wanted to know. They're just seeking confirmation, checking behind things, driving themselves up a wall. Oh no, I forgot. That's your fault. You're driving them up the wall just by existing, just by being blessed, just by being chosen, and what's coming is going to seal everything permanently. If this message awakens something within you, hype this video for other chosen ones who need to. But let me go deeper into what's happening psychologically right now. This isn't just basic anxiety. This is layered psychological torture that they're inflicting on themselves. Every morning they wake up, and the first thought that hits them is dread, pure unadulterated dread. Before they even open their eyes fully, before they even check their phone, before they even get out of bed, that heaviness is already sitting on their chest. They're constantly second-guessing everything now. Every decision feels like it could be the wrong one. Every move feels like it could trigger something. Every word feels like it could be the one that brings everything crashing down. So they're paralyzed in this state of hypervigilance mixed with complete helplessness. They're watching everything and controlling nothing. They're starting to see signs everywhere, synchronicities that confirm their worst fears. They'll see your name pop up randomly. They'll hear songs that remind them of you. They'll run into people who know you. They'll see things that trigger memories of what they did. The universe is making sure they can't forget, making sure they can't escape, making sure they stay in that heightened state of awareness that something is coming for them. But you want to know what's really eating them alive. It's the fact that they know you know. They know you're aware of what they did. They know you're conscious of the energy. They know you're not ignorant to their wickedness. And your continued silence in the face of that knowing is what's driving them to the brink. Because silence from someone who knows means that person is planning. It means that person is preparing. It means that person is waiting for the perfect moment. And they can't figure out what that perfect moment is. Is it when they finally get happy? Is it when they finally find someone new? Is it when they finally start to rebuild? Is it when they finally think they're safe? They don't know, and not knowing is the torture chamber they're living in. There's an energy shift happening around you that's palpable. People are treating you differently. Opportunities are showing up differently. Doors are opening differently. And even though they're not in your daily life anymore, even though they're not in your space anymore, they can sense it. They can feel the change in the atmosphere. It's like when someone is about to get promoted, and everybody in the office can feel it before the announcement is made. There's a shift in how people interact with that person, a shift in the respect level, a shift in the energy. That's what's happening with you, and somehow, some way, they're picking up on it. Maybe they're seeing it through mutual connections. Maybe they're hearing about it through the grapevine. Maybe they're just spiritually sensitive enough to feel the elevation happening in the realms. But however it's reaching them, and every confirmation that you're rising is another nail in the coffin of their peace. They're terrified that your elevation is going to expose their wickedness even more. They're terrified that when you step into your new level, the contrast between who you're becoming and what they did to you is going to be so stark that everybody is going to see it. Everybody is going to know. Everybody is going to understand that they came against someone they had no business coming against. Your success is going to be their exposure. Your blessing is going to be their revelation. Your promotion is going to be their humiliation. Not because you're trying to embarrass them, not because you're seeking revenge, but because the natural consequence of light rising is darkness being exposed. The natural result of truth emerging is lies being revealed. The natural outcome of justice manifesting is injustice being highlighted. Now let's talk about what's high vibrational for you, what's positive, what's powerful. You're clear, you got the truth. Look at everything you've overcome. Each victory represents a triumph, a win. Your track record speaks for itself. They thought wickedness was going to work against the chosen one. They should have checked your track record first. You're the truth bearer, the truth holder. That's why you carry authority. That's why you possess power. And for you, what's coming is the clarity, the breakthrough, the insight. You're about to be clued in. You're about to know. The behind-the-scenes work can only continue for so long. Spiritually and metaphorically speaking, it's only so long before contracts get signed and venues get secured and deposits get placed. It's only so long before you walk in and discover what's been prepared, before this manifestation happens for you. So you're going to be very clear about what's going on around you, even if it's in the spirit realm. Divine forces are working on things. Heavenly beings are arranging matters. Opportunities are being built on your behalf. You're not going to be clueless forever. You're going to know exactly what your purpose is, what you're doing, where you're going, where you're living, what you're driving, how abundant your resources are, how successful your ventures are. Every product, every detail, it's all going to be crystal clear for you. But the person climbing up the wall, that's the reason for the climbing, the suspense. You got clarity, they got confusion, they got questions, the main one being, what's about to happen to me? And if they're sitting over there asking what's about to happen to them, let me tell you, thinking of forever is coming for the chosen ones. For them, the end is coming, the death of something, the permanent closure. Collection time is here. See, they're going to lose status, they're going to lose position. They were viewed as royalty, and now they're about to lose that crown. Maybe they used to be married to you, they dumped you, or you used to be engaged. That person got dumped. Now they're trying to slide over there with you, but it's too late. Maybe this person was the head of the company, but they got fired for doing something inexcusable. And now you're about to be placed in that position. They're losing position and status, and you're being placed in superior standing. They were royalty. They got divorced. Someone else is approaching you, and there's time and space between these events. It's not like they left this person and got with you immediately. There are years in between, years of separation, years of growth, years of preparation, and the person who's going crazy, being driven up a wall, in this position it's reversed. They lost their status, they lost their job, they lost their position, they lost everything, and now they lost their partner, they lost their commitment, they lost their connection, and that's driving them up the wall. What they didn't realize is you don't play those type of games. You can't come against royalty. You can't come against this type of person. This person is astute, sharp, no nonsense. They probably didn't know that. They probably had you messed up. They thought they were looking at somebody weak. But what they didn't know is that this here was going to be the end of all that wickedness. This here is the one that ends all of that. You see, the chosen one carries the sword of truth. So when they thought they were going to come over here doing all that wicked stuff, everything is getting chopped up. And that's why they're driving themselves up a wall, or why they think you're driving them up the wall. But again, it's well deserved. It is well deserved. If something is not only wrapping up in a devastating way for one person climbing up the wall, it's the end of a whole entire chapter of your life, and you get to move on with clarity, brand new beginnings, truth, a breakthrough, surprise. So you mean to tell me we did all of this, and you went through all of that because a surprise was being prepared? You mean to tell me this feels like being on a prank TV show? You mean to tell me you had to go through all that drama so you could appreciate all of this goodness? However it comes about, it's the end of it, and you're going to know what it was for. Didn't I say somebody feels like they're going to hell? So there you go. Get in your taxi. Let the consequences take you where you're going. In the meantime, for you, you got completion, journey, wholeness. Your ending is taking you somewhere brand new. Their ending is taking them to destruction, major transformation. All of this is major, and if it's the thinking of forever energy, if it's the commitment energy, that's the end result. Once union happens, boom. Once commitment is made, boom. Once that contract gets signed, boom. Once that property gets purchased, boom. There's a big boom for you and a doomsday boom for them. Let's see what's underneath all of this. What's at the foundation? Boom. Like the engine blew up. It's stalled. They can't move forward. This says stuck, stagnant, stalled. This is the person who's been driven up a wall. They can't do anything. It's like they want to start a business, but what if they get ready to go to jail for years? It's like they want to be happy and celebrate, but as soon as they're happy and celebrate, then they're going to get the call that you just got engaged. They want to do this and that, but there's something blocking it. They want to celebrate and have fun, but they know that in any given moment, the rug could be ripped from right up under them. So what does that person do? They just sit still. They do nothing. They're stuck. They're stalled. They're stagnant. They can't move because they're waiting for the other shoe to drop. For some of you, this is also about someone who's thinking of forever with you, but they feel stuck, like they can't do it. They can't move forward. They feel like if they come to you, they have to come correct. And the only way to come correct is to come with full commitment. And because they're so scared or afraid, they won't do it. They're stuck and stalled and stagnant. But either way it goes, you got what you need. You're in your position. You got your pathway. You're ready. Wherever God takes you, you're ready to go. And that's all you need to know. You're in position. You're on path. You're ready for whatever comes next. I must interrupt this transmission for just a moment. Are you really chosen? Prove it. It's easy to watch videos about chosen ones. It's another thing to put yourself to the test. If you're still here, that means something, but talk is cheap. Real chosen ones take action. That's why I built Destiny Engine. It generates personalized sequences that help you rewire betrayal into transcendence, turn isolation into sacred power, and transform their downfall into your rise. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed competition and scarcity and repurposing it to serve divine justice. Run down. The beauty is you don't even have to lift a finger. You put on the headphones, press play, and watch your enemies choke on the rope their own lies created. If you're done consuming and ready to prove you're chosen, start your Destiny Engine for $1 today. Join the Obsidian Inner Order live checks and watch divine justice accelerate in your life. Link in the description. You're killing them with suspense. Major ending energy just showed up, and they can't handle it. Can we please just come to a conclusion? Can we please just get this done? Can we just get it over with? Can you just commit to someone already? Can you just go ahead and be happy together? It's killing them. You're killing them. The death energy means they know that if you get this offer, if that attorney reaches out to you, if you link up with that opportunity, then it's over. They know they're going down. They know they're about to lose big. They know that whatever is about to happen, whatever storm is coming, it's going to completely permanently end something. If they propose to you, they know you'll never get back with them again. If that attorney reaches out, or if those charges get filed, they're done. They're going to jail forever. If you buy that house, then that's it. They never have control over you again. They can't never lock you out and tell you get out of their stuff ever again. They lose all their control. They're going to lose big, and they know it. Collection. It's time to collect. Ending. Collection. Finality. It's over. And the fact that it says thinking of forever. Yeah, forever. It's done. Didn't I say you're killing them with suspense? You're not sitting around feeling like a victim. You're not sitting around wondering if you'll ever recover. No, you're standing in your power. You're holding your position. You're waiting for divine timing. And that energy, that confidence, that certainty is what's really driving them up the wall. They thought when they came against you that you would break. They thought you would crumble. They thought you would fall apart. But instead you got stronger. Instead you got clearer. Instead you got more aligned with your purpose. And now they're the ones breaking. They're the ones crumbling. They're the ones falling apart. The tables turned. The roles reversed. The script flipped. Now let me show you something fascinating about the psychological state they're trapped in. They built their own prison, not with bars made of metal, not with walls made of concrete, but with choices made of wickedness, with actions made of betrayal, with decisions made of malice. And now they're locked inside a cell of their own making. Every thought leads them back to what they did. Every quiet moment brings the memory flooding in. Every peaceful scene gets disrupted by the reminder of their guilt. They can't escape it because it's not external, it's internal. It's embedded in their consciousness, woven into their awareness, stamped into their memory. And you know what makes a self-built prison even worse than a regular prison? There's no time off for good behavior. There's no parole hearing. There's no appeal process. There's no escape route, because the judge, the jury, and the executioner all live in their own mind, and that internal court is always in session, always reviewing the evidence, always rendering the verdict, always enforcing the sentence. They wake up guilty. They go through the day guilty. They go to bed guilty. And in their dreams they're still guilty. There's no vacation from this. There's no break from this. There's no relief from this. The wall they're climbing is in their mind, and mental walls are the hardest walls to escape. Meanwhile, look at you, free, liberated, unburdened. You're not carrying the weight of wickedness. You're not haunted by guilt. You're not tormented by shame, because you didn't do what they did. You didn't choose what they chose. You didn't become what they became. Your conscience is clear. Your spirit is clean. Your energy is pure. And that freedom, that lightness, that clarity shows in everything you do. You laugh easier. You sleep deeper. You move smoother. You think clearer, because you're not weighed down by the consequences of wicked choices. They can see it. They can see your freedom, and it reminds them of their captivity. They can see your peace, and it highlights their chaos. They can see your lightness, and it emphasizes their heaviness. Your very existence is a mirror, showing them what they lost when they chose wickedness over righteousness. You didn't have to say a word. You didn't have to make a speech. You didn't have to give a lecture. Your life is the sermon. Your peace is the message. Your freedom is the testimony. And they're hearing it loud and clear. They're receiving it loud and clear. They're understanding it loud and clear. But let me tell you about the momentum that's building for you right now. Momentum you can't see yet with your natural eyes, but that's very real in the spiritual realm. Every right choice you make is adding to it. Every moment you choose peace over revenge is fueling it. Every time you choose faith over fear is accelerating it. This momentum is like a snowball rolling down a mountain. It started small, maybe so small you didn't even notice it, but with each rotation, with each movement, with each moment, it's been gathering more snow, getting bigger, getting heavier, getting more powerful, and now it's massive, now it's unstoppable, now it's about to crash into your reality with a force that's going to change everything. And the wildest part, the same momentum that's building blessings for you is building consequences for them. The same force that's accelerating your elevation is accelerating their exposure. The same energy that's multiplying your favor is multiplying their judgment. It's the same momentum, the same movement, the same force, but producing completely opposite outcomes depending on which side of righteousness you're standing on. Your silence has become the loudest sound in their world, louder than music, louder than conversation, louder than noise, because in your silence they hear the truth they're trying to avoid, they hear the reality they're trying to escape, they hear the future they're trying to prevent, and that's why they keep checking, that's why they keep looking, that's why they keep monitoring. They're waiting for you to break the silence. They're hoping you'll say something that will give them information. They're desperate for you to reveal your next move. But you're not giving them anything. You're not feeding their need. You're not satisfying their curiosity. And that refusal to engage, that commitment to silence, that dedication to stillness is strategic brilliance. Because every day you stay silent is another day they spiral deeper into their own paranoia. Every day you stay peaceful is another day they sink deeper into their own anxiety. Every day you stay still is another day they drive themselves further up that wall. You're not doing anything to them, you're just being you. But your very presence, your very peace, your very power is doing more damage to their mental state than any revenge plot ever could, because you're forcing them to confront themselves. You're making them deal with their own conscience. You're leaving them alone with their own guilt. Let me tell you about the authority you're carrying now. It's different from the authority you had before all this happened. This is earned authority, battle-tested authority, fire-refined authority. You didn't just read about it in a book. You didn't just hear about it in a sermon. You lived through it. You survived through it. You came out the other side of it. And that kind of authority can't be given. It can't be transferred. It can't be borrowed. It has to be forged in the furnace of real experience. It has to be hammered out on the anvil of actual warfare. It has to be shaped in the fire of genuine persecution. And you went through all of that. You endured all of that. You survived all of that. So now when you speak, there's weight to your words. Now when you move, there's power in your steps. Now when you decide, there's authority in your choices. Because you're not speaking from theory. You're speaking from testimony. You're not moving from assumption. You're moving from experience. You're not deciding from opinion. You're deciding from revelation. What's happening to the person who wronged you isn't revenge, it's reckoning. And there's a massive difference between the two. Revenge is personal. Reckoning is universal. Revenge is emotional. Reckoning is cosmic. Revenge is temporary. Reckoning is permanent. You're not sitting around plotting their downfall. You're not scheming their destruction. You're not planning their demise. That's not your job. That's not your role. That's not your assignment. Your job is to heal. Your role is to grow. Your assignment is to elevate. The universe handles the reckoning. Divine justice administers the consequences. Cosmic law enforces the penalties. And that's why you can be at peace. That's why you can be calm. That's why you can be still. Because you know that the system works. You trust that the process functions. You believe that the order maintains itself. You don't have to carry the burden of making them pay. You don't have to shoulder the weight of ensuring they suffer. You don't have to bear the responsibility of guaranteeing they face consequences. All of that is handled. All of that is covered. All of that is managed by forces far more powerful and far more efficient than you could ever be. Your energy is better spent on building your future. Your focus is better directed toward receiving your blessing. Your attention is better invested in stepping into your purpose. Your silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. Your peace wasn't ignorance, it was power. Your stillness wasn't surrender, it was strength. You were never lost. You were never broken. You were never defeated. You were being prepared. You were being positioned. You were being promoted. And while you were going through that process, they were going through theirs. While you were being built up, they were being torn down. While you were being elevated, they were being exposed. While you were being blessed, they were being judged. The same timeline, the same season, the same moment, but two completely different outcomes. For you, completion leading to new beginnings. For them, completion leading to permanent endings. For you, death of the old leading to birth of the new. For them, death of their position leading to loss of their status. For you, the world turning in your favor. For them, the world turning against them. And it's all happening right now. The manifestation is coming. The breakthrough is emerging. The surprise is revealing. What's been hidden is being exposed. What's been delayed is being released. What's been blocked is being opened. You're about to access levels you've never reached. You're about to experience dimensions you've never touched. You're about to receive blessings you've never imagined. You're about to step into a version of your life that's so far beyond what you left behind that you won't even recognize your own story, and they're going to watch it happen. They're going to see it unfold. They're going to witness it manifest, and every bit of it is going to confirm what they already knew deep down. You don't mess with the chosen ones. You don't come against the marked ones. You don't attack the protected ones, because the consequences are always, always, always greater than you can bear. So here's what I want you to do, chosen one. I want you to stand firm in your position. I want you to hold steady in your peace. I want you to remain grounded in your power. I want you to stay ready for your instructions. I want you to keep your spirit expectant for what's coming, because it's closer than you think. It's nearer than you know. It's right around the corner. The thunder you heard at the beginning, that was the announcement. The storm they felt approaching, that was the warning. But now the lightning is about to strike. Now the rain is about to fall. Now the full force of divine justice is about to land. And you get to witness it all from a place of complete peace, total security, and absolute victory. You drove them up the wall just by being who you are, just by carrying what you carry, just by standing in what you stand in. Your very existence became their torment. Your continued blessing became their nightmare. Your unstoppable elevation became their devastation. And now the cycle completes. The circle closes. The story concludes. You standing in your power, them facing their consequences, you receiving your reward, them paying their debt, you stepping into your promise, them stepping into their judgment. This is the reckoning. This is the collection. This is the completion. And you, chosen one, you get to walk through it with your head high, your heart whole, and your hands ready to receive everything that's been prepared for you. The wall they're climbing, you're not even looking at it anymore. You're looking ahead. You're looking up. You're looking forward to what's coming, to what's manifesting, to what's yours. Now go be everything you were created to be, and let the universe handle everything else, because it always does. It always has. It always will. The reckoning came, and you're still standing. Not just standing, thriving. Not just thriving, dominating. Not just dominating, elevating to levels they can't even see from where they're climbing. That's the power of being chosen. That's the promise of being protected. That's the guarantee of being positioned. You drove them up the wall. Now drive right past them into your destiny.